I'd like to bring a DPW meeting to order. Would you please join me with a pledge to the flag? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Fanton,
Here.
Mr. Ricky,
Here.
Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mr. Curran, Mr. Dibble,
Here.
Mr. Graves,
Here.
Mr. Healy,
Here.
Mr. Crandall. 7 members present, 1 absent.
I need a motion to approve the minutes of March 3rd, 2021. Mr. Healy makes a motion, Mr. Dibble seconds it. Discussion. Additions or corrections? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Okay, Justin?
Good afternoon. First, I wanted to just give a brief update to the committee on the CHIPS funding. On March 25th, we received a letter from the state, and they have awarded us 95% of last year's CHIPS money, where originally we only had 80%. So we will be able to utilize that money this year. That came out to about $482,000 that we will now be able to use in this construction season.
Yeah, Mr. Brooks? Harris?
Brooke Harris. Could you clarify that, or maybe Terry? So what did we ever decide? Was it a refund of what we did expend, or was it an award of money that we failed to spend, but we still got it?
So originally, when we got the award letters last year, it said it may be reduced 20%, and after everything came about, it was reduced 20%. We, as a county, as DPW, did not spend that 20% because we were not sure and we didn't know if we would be able to soak up the extra cost. Then on March, they gave 15 of the 20% back, and they're rolling it over so that we can utilize it next year. They also expanded the window to claim cost if the county or a township had cost that wasn't covered originally.
Okay, thank you. That's good news. Thanks.
Just to add to that conversation, most of our state aid is coming in at 100%. So we would cross our fingers that maybe we could get the 5% that Justin mentioned we weren't getting. It may still come through.
Okay.
DPW seeking permission to award the 2020 paving bids.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Graves, seconded by Mr. Ricky. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.
DPW is seeking permission to hold the surplus county property auction this year.
Moved by Mr. Healy, seconded by Mr. Dibble. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Solid waste.
I just wanted to give a quick update to the committee to inform them that as of March 31st, we have sold a total of 2,168 tags. That's compared to 1,938 at the same time last year. And also 60% of the tags sold this year were done online.
Thank you. Buildings and grounds.
Would you run those numbers back one more time?
Yep. We've, as of March 31st, sold 2,168 tags. And compared to last year at the same time, we had sold 1,938.
Thank you. Mr. Healy.
Did we extend the time period last year because of COVID?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe to June.
Okay, could you come back to us at that time and see where we stand on that?
Yes, after about one more month, we should have 90% of the sales compared to years past, so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, buildings and grounds.
Just wanted to go over what Building and Grounds has completed so far this year and some of the bigger projects that are still in the works. Building and Grounds was able to install COVID protection at MAG 2 this year. They installed new lighting at the County Road District shops and at the landfill. They also installed a new door at District 2, big overhead door. They did a boiler repair at the jail. They were able to install a new vaccine cooler for Department of Health. And they also worked at the record storage building. Building and Grounds still plans on pursuing the employment and training project. Is currently working on the county attorney's office, upgrading and help move. Is working on a plan to fix up the ruptured beach area. This shall include painting and other cosmetic items. And that's all I had.
All right, thank you. Yeah,
Going
Mr.
back
Barnes.
to, permission to auction surplus county property.
Mhm.
What kind of property are you talking about?
So a lot of it is DPW's property. We are looking at auctioning our older paver, or our paver, front head plow to a crew truck, a pickup truck from one of our pickup trucks, a vehicle from the sheriff's department, a vehicle from the health department, and we also have 6 transit buses from Ardent that will be included in our auction.
Who's doing the auction? It's right,
Auctions International, I believe.
so it'll be online.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Just,
Going back to the paver, you said our paver.
Correct.
Does that mean we're not gonna have a paver when you?
Correct. We've, since last year, and we were approved this year to lease the paver. The paver we had just isn't working, and it's a smaller paver, which is why we went to the leasing option. Last year, I made the decision not to auction it, just to make sure we still had support for our lease program. And so this year felt comfortable to getting it out of our inventory.
In lieu of owning a paver, we're leasing a paver,
It seems, but yes,
and a larger one that's more suitable.
highway class, yes.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. Ricky? Yeah.
When and where is the auction gonna take place?
We're still working on the dates. They have to come and take inventory, get the descriptions, and we're working with Ardent on the buses. It is online, but I don't have the date yet.
Is it online only?
Yes.
The auction's
Okay. Yep.
Okay,
An easy one to do.
all right, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Healy.
I guess I'm only left with one question now. This is all according to our standard operating procedures, right?
What's up?
The auction.
Yep,
Of
we do
surplus
it yearly.
equipment.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Stockton.
I've noticed in the different permissions to award bids for the different materials, was there a gravel one this year?
A lot of the material bids we extended from last year due to the COVID restrictions. So earlier in the year, I believe it was January, I came to the committee and asked permission to extend the bids. And we worked with all our suppliers to do that.
If any new supplier wanted to get involved, is that possible?
Not this year, because then we'd have to rebid everything.
Okay, anyone else? If not, any old business? New business? Oh. Go to the order.
Will we adjourn, Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Graves makes a motion to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Barnes. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.